Herm Edwards is an analyst for ESPN and a former head coach for the Kansas City Chiefs and New York Jets. Each week during the NFL season, the former Monterey High, Monterey Peninsula College and Philadelphia Eagles defensive back will share his thoughts with the Herald's John Devine. The Raiders had to have Thursday's game. It was a must-win. You cannot be 25. If you're 25, you have a 4% chance of making the playoffs. I know that because we did it when I was coaching the Jets. You need a lot of help at that point. It's no fun. How many times have you seen a game not end 4 times, but the Chiefs are one of the most penalized teams in the NFL? And it finally came back to get them. You would think it would be the Raiders. But it's the Chiefs. You can't give a team 4 chances to get in the end zone when the game is supposed to be over. It was all through penalties. If the Raiders had lost this game, 3 of 4 at home, all of a sudden the warts start to show themselves. Everyone starts questioning things. The offensive line was getting blamed. Cooper is dropping balls, but a win erases that. All those questions go away. The offensive line played well. Cooper had a real good game. Oakland did a good job of moving him around in the slot. And the backup running back ran well while Marshawn Lynch was in the stands. The Raiders can use the extra rest. There is so much pressure when you have lost 4 in a row. They were playing a division rival. Both these teams won 12 games last year. Now the Raiders can exhale and say we won a game. Now it puts them right back in the mix. And you beat a division rival that you hadn't beaten in the last 5 games. That's big. Kaepernick unwanted. I don't think Colin Kaepernick will play in the league this year. I don't know if the lawsuit makes a difference at this point. There are only 9 weeks left. You can't just walk in and start. At this point, if he's not your starting quarterback, he becomes a distraction. Now his movement has transcended to what we're seeing today. He's made the owners aware of the social injustices. It finally created a meeting where the NFL wants to do something about it. I don't know if he's being penalized for it. I've said this before, he doesn't fit a lot of offenses. Teams want a system guy. You're not going to change your system for a backup. Advertisement. I knew Colin wasn't going to Green Bay. They want a system guy. Now it's just getting too late in the season to bring in a guy. You have to have a unique situation where you're willing to change your system. He hasn't played football. He hasn't even been in a camp. You can't just walk out there and start. It's not like he's a receiver or a defensive back where you can get him on the field for a few plays. He is playing quarterback. Colin would have to learn a system. It's not going to happen this year. Now I don't think his career is over. I think someone might take a chance with him next year. If he really wants to play, the CFL is an option. Beathard era begins in SFI like the quarterback. You need to put the kid out there. It gives fans hope for the future. Going forward, he needs to start the rest of the year. CJ Beathard looked very comfortable in the offense. He was accurate and got rid of the ball. The stage wasn't too big for him. Now the 49ers didn't give him a lot to do. But he had poise. I like how he ran the offense. This gives fans a reason to pay more attention to this team. Brian Hoyer wasn't the guy. We all knew that. The kid was a 3rd-round pick. Let's see how he does. You need to see if this is your guy. You don't want to go into next year's draft wondering if you need a quarterback. The kid had 2 drives of 75 yards or more for touchdowns last week against a good defense on the road. That's pretty good. The 49ers' problem all season has been the first quarter. They have been outscored by 27 points in the first quarter. They're always playing from a deficit. It reminds me a little of when I was in Kansas City. We had a bunch of rookies playing with a free agent quarterback. We lost 7 games by 5 points or less. This team is playing to its maximum potential. The 49ers are on a youth movement. If they can just get a win, it will feel so good for the players and the organization. Right now the offense isn't very good. The defense has been on the field for 35 minutes. Now a lot of that has to do with their inability to get off the field. The 49ers are 31st on stops on 3rd down. As a coach, you're reminding them that we're perhaps 1 play away from winning 5 games. But you have to make a play and break the lock open. The players know that. Week 6 thoughts. If you're Arizona, you're hoping it's not just 1 game. But if Adrian Peterson can run like that, it takes a lot of pressure off quarterback Carson Palmer. You have to try and load the box to stop Peterson. It sets up your whole play action. You want to see if he can do this 2 weeks in a row. If it's the old Adrian Peterson, the Cardinals are in this thing. I picked Tennessee to win the division before the year started. It got off to a bad start. But I like how the quarterback played last week. They are a team that is still interesting. They still have life. Minnesota is interesting in that quarterback Case Keenum doesn't turn the ball over and they have a great defense. If they can run the ball with consistency, they're going to win that division.